Let's learn how to draw lines for a posture chart. First, get some lines, and as you can see here, it's really good posture. But let's say one shoulder is up a little bit more, and you can angle it like this. So the area you want to concentrate on a little bit more is more in the shoulder region, levator scapula area, traps. So you would want to perform a lot more stretching to bring that one down. But this area you don't have to concentrate as much. Next one, let's do half the body. So you're basically doing a line right at the navel region. As you can see, this is perfect posture. But let's say it was over here a little bit, and this area might be a little bit more contracted in this area. Another way, right about the ear region, this is the ideal posture. A little bit of a curve in the cervical region. But if it's not, you can actually see if the head is more tilted down or tilted back, you would actually want to draw lines in those areas. So let's say it was tilted too much. You can actually draw a line like this. Or let's say it was too straight. You want to go like this. Another area you want to look for is more like the eyes. Make sure they're identical. But again, sometimes they're a little bit off. And the navel, make sure you draw a straight line like this. And you can see if one hip is raised higher than the other. So let's say one is a little bit higher, then you would want to concentrate more stretching that area and massaging just because it's more contracted right in there. And also the ideal posture is with the hands to the side. So if it's too much like this, sometimes the rhomboid region is too contracted, so you'd want to perform a lot more stretching. But if you can actually see the back of the hand right here, that means it's more internally rotated, so you want to perform a lot more stretching right in this area, right more the pec area. Let's show you another one. Just bring it down. You also want to look for if there's more of a gap on one side than the other. And sometimes the leg is more externally rotated out. You can usually tell by the foot if it's rotated out more. That means you'd have to concentrate more in the piriformis region, gluteus maximus region. Sometimes that's really tight. Also the tensor fascia lata, the IT band needs to be stretched because sometimes it's a little bit more contracted in those areas. Okay, other areas. Also at the back, you can go like this. You can also see if one hip is a little bit higher than the other, or a little bit more bunched up. But any area that's more contracted, of course, you want to stretch and massage those regions, concentrate a little bit more on those areas. But sometimes people will concentrate to start with in the unaffected area first, and then go to the affected, and then go back to unaffected. So it just gives you a good general idea what it should typically feel like. And sometimes it helps relax those muscles. And it'll actually help the other side too, just by massaging the unaffected side first. And sometimes the head is actually, let's say it's just tilted a little bit more. going down a little bit. That means more of the neck muscles, levator scapula, triceps. I mean, not triceps, but traps is a little bit more contracted. So again, more stretching, massage in those regions. And you want to also look for if they're more back kneed. So if there's more back kneed, that means the hamstrings are a little bit more weak in this area. And also look at the arms here. If one arm's a little bit closer to the body than the other, that means they might be protecting it a little bit, and injured areas tend to do that. They kind of hold, it's called a holding pattern. So those are some of the areas you might want to concentrate on. So again, let me just draw some lines. Usually right at the navel, like this, throughout the whole body. Like this. Also the other side. And like I showed you earlier, like this. And let's make a few others. You can go right at the clavicle region or more the shoulder region. Some people go with the ASIS, anterior superior iliac spine. You can also go at the knee area. Now myself, I like to right at the eyes. So you can see if anything is off that way then. But if you just had a generalized chart like this, you could actually just draw the lines. Okay, then we have a line, and sometimes it's good to have maybe a different color. So let's say one shoulder is up a little bit higher than the other, to draw a line like that. Let's say their hips are a little bit off too. And let's draw one like this, but let's say they're just more leaning to one side than the other. You can have that. And not all the time the anterior and the posterior are going to match up, but usually they do. That's why it's always good to do a posture evaluation on the posterior side, anterior side, and both the sides of the body. So, and then you can also write things on here too. So, right shoulder. So you can just say, even put like right shoulder elevated. You can put those kind of things on there. But you don't have to use a fancy program like this in order to do this. You can actually just draw it out too, so it's a lot quicker for some people, and some people just feel more comfortable for those things. And it's a good idea to actually put the date on there. Let's put that on there. Some people, make sure you put the person's name on there. Okay, but that's way, let's say they come in a month later, and then you would take another posture evaluation, and of course make sure you have a new chart, a new date, same person's name. That's you can put on there, and then you can actually compare 1 month to the next and see if anything's improved. You can even ask them if they've done anything different, and if they have done something different and it's worked, they might want to keep up with that then. So these are some good ideas with posture evaluation. Not all therapists take posture evaluation pictures, but at least you can just have them stand up and just visually look at the body and let them know then one way or another. So you can even know the areas to treat even before you treat them, even before you even touch those regions. So try it for yourself, and thank you.